Hello students, class 12, in this course you have got to study two books, Flamingo. This time I am just starting Flamingo, the poetry side. The first poem, My Mother at 66, is composed by Kamala Das, and it is reflective of the very depth of human relationship between people, between relations. Here, Kamala Das is the daughter, and she is, the background tells that she is moving from India to London for some research work or some sort of work. But she is coming to Kochi along with her mother to take a flight to London. So mother has also come along with her to see her off. The very pathetic sight that resides inside the car is very much moving and also touching. This is the bonding that gets reflected in this very poem. Life is just a tale of sad things. People take certain moments as a moment of joy, but underneath always there is a streak of sadness underflowing with it. She is quite record of her childhood days when mother used to be a source of, the only source of security. And we all often happen to realize this, that whenever we are in trouble, we always call for mother. So every creature, be it human or non-humans, all are deeply related with mothers. And mother has such a devotion towards her children that she can lay her life for the sake of her child. And several examples are there. That is why a mother is always valuable. A mother is always worshipped. A mother is always honorable. The poem starts after explaining the content. I shall move to figures of speech. But in course of this very content explanation, first of all you have got to mark it. See the poem, and you will come to realize that whole of the poem is written in one flow. That is single line. Simply there is ebbs and tide of emotions going along with it. Driving from my parents' home to Kochi last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, those open mouths, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she thought away and looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport security check standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar eye, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was just smile, a smile, a smile, and a smile, and a smile. Very petty event is being described here, but it is touching us deeply. The poetess was going from her village area to Kochi to take a flight to London. She was in a car and the mother was sitting by her side. She was of 66 years, and what was the plight of her body and what was it suggestive of, that is most important. माँ भी साथ जा रही थी, कवयित्री लंदन फ्लाइट पकड़ने कोचिंग जा रही थी, और माँ की स्थिति को देखकर उसके भीतर जो ख्यालात आते हैं वो ख्यालात बहुत ही ज़्यादा टचिंग। उसने देखा, आई सॉ माई मदर बिसाइड मी, माँ मेरे बगल में थी। क्या कर रही थी? व्हाट वाज शी डूइंग? शी वाज डोजिंग, एंड she did not have the physical Stability that she could keep her mouth closed, rather she was open mouthed. It happens when we are energyless, and it comes when either we have been sick in bed quite for a long time or we are on the last legs. This is the condition of our body and its strength. यही हमारे शरीर की स्थिति होती है जब लंबी बीमारी में होते हैं, तब भी ये निस्सकता आ जाती है, और या नहीं तो चौथे पन में जब धरती से जाने की बारी आती है, कब्र में पाँव लटक रहा होता है, तो उस समय यही स्थिति होती है। चाहे वो युवा काल में क्यों नहीं बहुत ज़्यादा ताकतवर रहा हो, रही हो, बड़े यशस्वी रहे हो, बड़े स्मार्ट रहे हो, लेकिन ओल्ड एज में सबकी ऐसी ही स्थिति होती है। हर फेस और उसका चेहरा कैसा लग रहा था? आसिन, आस से आसिन होता है, आस का मतलब राख होता है, राख का मतलब यहाँ पर है ब्लडलेस। आसिन मीन्स ब्लडलेस। And we all know that blood is the vital force of life in every human being or in other creatures as well. As in life, here simile has been used. वो उसका चेहरा बिल्कुल निस्तेज राख की तरह बिल्कुल रक्तहीन था। And realized with pain, और यह स्थिति, माँ की यह स्थिति पोएट को यह अनुभूत कराती है। क्या अनुभूत कराती है? व्हाट डज शी रियलाइज? जो रियलाइजेशन होता है वो बड़ा दर्द भरा होता है, खुशी भरा नहीं होता है। दैट शी थॉट अवे एंड लुक्ड बट सून, बल्कि उस दर्द को, विचार को उसने कुछ क्षण के लिए उस पर सोचना, उसको एहसास करना बंद कर दिया, और वो खिड़की से बाहर, कार से बाहर देखने लगी। So what did she realize inside her car? She realized that there was death lurking within, and there was sadness, a gloom was pervading whole of the atmosphere inside the car. But soon put that thought away and looked out at young tree sprinting. Here it is personification. और जब वो बाहर देखती है तो लगता है कि पेड़ जीव जंतु की तरह उछल कूद रहे हैं, दौड़ लगा रहे हैं, स्प्रिंटिंग कर रहे हैं। द मेरी चिल्ड्रन स्प्रिंट, और खुश मिजाज बच्चे बाहर दौड़ रहे हैं। अचानक लगता है कि बर्स्ट आउट के तेजी से बाहर की ओर भाग रहे हैं। एंड आउट ऑफ देयर होम्स, कहाँ से? अपने घरों से। बट आफ्टर द एयरपोर्ट सिक्योरिटी चेक, लेकिन एयरपोर्ट पर पहुंचने के बाद सिक्योरिटी चेक होता है तो वह, उसकी माँ कुछ गज की दूरी पर होती है। आई लुक्ड अगेन एट हर, फिर वो माँ की ओर देखती है, जिसका चेहरा निस्तेज वेल पीला पड़ चुका होता है। ठीक वैसे ही जैसे लेट विंटर में चांद की चांदनी कुहासे में ढकी हुई बिल्कुल पीली लगती है, ऐसे ही उसकी माँ जिसने उसे जन्म दिया, पाला, और अत्यंत ही सुरक्षा का भाव उसके साथ जुड़ा रहा। जब भी पोएटेस को कोई तकलीफ होती तो माँ की गोद याद है। लेकिन वही आज इस स्थिति में है, और फिर उसके पास यह एक दर्द की अनुभूति होती है, फैमिलियर है। कैसी? वाई इज द एक कॉल्ड फैमिलियर? क्वेश्चन इज, first of all we should understand what is this very egg in this very context. इस कंटेक्स्ट में एक का क्या मतलब है? एक का मतलब है जो माँ के खोने से जिस असुरक्षा की जो भावना बनती है, वो दर्द उसको। एक छोटे बच्चे को गौर से देखिएगा, जब भी उसको चोट लगती है या आप डांटते हैं तो सबसे पहले वो ठीक वैसे ही पोएटेस को ये फील हो रहा है कि अब माँ उससे पार्ट कर एंड नॉट फॉर ए डे और 2 और ईयर रादर फॉरएवर। इसलिए माँ के खोने का उसे वह परिचित दर्द की एहसास होता है या अब उसको सकून देने वाला, सुरक्षा देने वाली माँ नहीं होगी उसके पास। दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड फैमिलियर। माई चाइल्डहुड फियर, जो उसके बचपन से ही ये भय था, माँ को नहीं देखकर बच्चे जैसे उतावले हो जाते हैं, खोजने लगते हैं, भटकने लगते हैं, ठीक वैसी ही अनुभूति अभी पोएटेस को हो रही है। जो वो सोच रही है, जो देख रही है, उसके बाद उसके भीतर ये विचार आता है कि लंदन जा रही है, उसके जीवन के लिए जरूरी है। आज के युग में बड़ा मुश्किल है फिलियल ड्यूटीज को ऑब्जर्व करना, क्योंकि life has taken such a shape where we have got to pursue either our life to survive or to fulfill our filial duties and get extincted. ये स्थिति, ये विरोधाभास आज के युग में आ चुका है, इस तरह का मैकेनाइज्ड लाइफ में, और मजबूरी हो जाती है। My childhood fear, but all I said was, फिर वही बचपन का भय उसको फिर जग जाता है, माँ को खोने का डर, माँ के नहीं होने का डर। सी यू सून अम्मा, लेकिन माँ को अपने दर्द को एहसास नहीं कराती है, रोकर विदा नहीं होती है, बल्कि वह कहती है, भरोसा देती है, रीअश्योर कर रही है। क्या? सी यू सून अम्मा, शीघ्र मुलाकात होगी। एंड ऑल आई डिड वाज स्माइल एंड स्माइल एंड स्माइल। रिपीटिशन है, मैं इससे ज्यादा कुछ न कर सकी, सिर्फ मुस्कुराकर देखती रही और कहा, फिर जल्दी मिलेंगे अम्मा। Although she was sure when she comes back, it was a great probability her mother would be missing out from this very world and she wouldn't be able to meet her again. But in order to reassure her, she put on a face, a smile, and said very gently, see you soon, Amma. What is can be done? This is the compulsion on the part of the poetess and also on the part of the mother. Mother could not check her going to London and could ask her to stay with her. She could not do because she knew that the life existed in her daughter if she went ahead. But if she curtailed her growth, her development, her achievement, and remained stuck with her and get extincted in that very old age she was going to be, then life would be just a hellscape. So she was very sure. That is why she had come to see of her daughter. Perhaps it might be bid adieu, alvida sadaka. So you see that very emotive emotive lesson it happens to be, and we are to face emotional questions always in this very chapter. Now I am going to verbally answer you all the questions given in the text. Please pay attention to what is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels. It is the very separation from her old mother that she feels very badly, as her mother is very old and she is moving to London, and it was a probability that she, when came back, wouldn't be able to meet her mother. She would be gone. So this was the pain and ache the poetess was feeling. Next question. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? It is related to the law of physics. When someone is moving object, the rest of the static objects seem to be moving. It is an illusory feeling that everybody gets. The poetess was inside the car and the car was moving fast. But when she looked out of the window, she found that trees were moving, not the car was moving. Question number 3. Why has the poet brought in the image of the married children spilling out of their homes? Now there is a contrast in the poem. Inside the car there is death, there is hopelessness, there is despondence, and out of the car there is life, there is a spirit, there is energy. Nobody likes to remain stuck with the bad feelings, sad feelings. We all have the natural, instinctive urge to get away from the sad things. Have you ever found a person sitting along with spending time with a weeping person? For some time he may console you, but all the time he is not going to be there. But if you have a merry time, you will come. You are not going to invite anyone, but so many will come to see it. That is the reality of human nature. That is why the poetess, when found that there was sadness as she perceived lurking death of her dog, lurking death of her mother, then she felt very sad. A pain started mounting up within her. That is, so she looked out of and there she found life. This image has been brought in order to make a contrast between life and death, life and despondence. Now question, why has the mother been compared to the late winter's moon? Late winter's moon is reflective of very dim light, pale light. In the same way, the mother was looking acid, pale, wan, bloodless, and as it goes down, the moon is not so shining, not so charming. Likewise, her mother had lost all the charm of all the spirit of her life. That is why the poet has made a comparison between late winter's moon. Why do the parting words of the poet and her simile signify? What do the parting words of the poet and her simile signify? Parting words, see you soon, Amma, and simile, winter's moon fell. The acute feeling, the painful feeling of the poetess about the impending death of her mother brought forth a sense of despair, deep despair in the heart of the poetess. But she did not like to part with her mother with tears and sadness. The last and momentarily, you can say, the last meeting when she was to take a flight, she was getting on board. She did not like to show her mother the tearful face, tearful eyes, and sad look upon her face. So in order to assure and reassure her that she is sure to meet her again, she will be surviving, there will be no chance of losing life. It is just a matter of assurance and reassurance. That is why the simile signify a sense of life being passed on to mother by the daughter, so that she should not get disheartened, rather keep on living with some sorts of hope. These textual questions, my friends, I have answered, but there are certain things you see here. I deal with figures of speech, that is also called poetic device. You see here, the poem bears an imagery of sadness and life. Inside the car there is sadness, despondence, there is death lurking, and outside the car there is life, there is spirit, there is joy. This very imagery is, however, can't write everything in detail, but I am just explaining it. If you feel difficulty, you can send your question to the institute. You will be properly answered in written. From my parents' home to Cochin last Friday, I saw my mother beside me, those open mouth, her face ashen-like. Here it is simply ashen-like. Her face ashen-like. It is simply. There are several similes used in this very poem. Here you see her face ashen-like. Her face ashen-like here. Ashen, an implied comparison is with ashes, and the mother's face. Corpse, and realized with pain that she thought away and looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting. There it is personification. Trees are simile is direct comparison and metaphor is implied comparison, but here it is direct comparison. Ashen face ashen like, so it is simile, but that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she thought away and looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting. In personification, we happen to compare two dissimilar things, one animate, the other inanimate. एक जीवनशील, दूसरे अजीवंत, दोनों के बीच कंपैरिजन किया जाता है और अजीवंत लाइफलेस थिंग में उस चीज का जिससे कंपेयर किया जाता है उसको निरूपित किया जाता है, उसको what should I say in Hindi, they are treated like that as a whole. तो यहाँ पर ट्रीज स्प्रिंट कौन करते हैं? जीव जंतु करते हैं, मनुष्य करता है, ट्रीज नहीं करते हैं। ट्रीज तो हमेशा स्टैटिक होता है, लेकिन कार के भीतर से जब कार चल रही थी, पोइटेस बैठी थी, तो बाहर उसको जो पेड़ दिखाई पड़ते थे वो लग रहा था दौड़ रहे थे। Tree is always static. That is why implied comparison is here with the sprinting life units. So trees have been used as a life unit. That is why it is called personification. It has been personified. The very children aspiring. Again you see, aspiring. It is a children run, romp, jump, race, stomp, all these acts they do. But all of a sudden they gush out like that the wind or water. It is just a comparison with that very situation. But after the airport security check standing a few yards away, I looked again at her vein pale as a late winter's moon. फिर यहाँ पर as a late winter's moon यहाँ पर सिमिली है, and felt that familiar फिर वही पुराने दर्द की अनुभूति होती है. My childhood's fear, but all I said was see you soon, Amma. And in the last line you find it is repetition. Smile and smile and smile. This way, exemplification of these figures of speech, what I have been made, may be important for you in question 1 mark question. Any other question that you require to be answered, you can say that will be discussed and properly answered. It is also metaphorically used. Children spelling. This is also metaphorically used. The way you explain it, spill is coming out in a gush, and it happens with certain sorts of seeds and such other things. Likewise, it has been compared with the things, real things that happen to spill out. So here it is metaphor as well. Thank you, my students. Lesson 1, poetry section. My mother at 66, Kamla Das. Content has been explained along with all the critical questions that have been given in the text, and also the poetic devices used in the poem. Thank you.